What up, though, Gemini? This is your December Tarotscopes for your sun, moon, and rising Gemini. So this is a month to take time out to breathe. Mercury, your ruling sign, is in your opposite sign, Sagittarius. So anytime Mercury goes retrograde, Virgos and Geminis feel some type of energy anyway because it's your ruling sign going in retrograde. However, this is a double intense energy where your mental, your mood, a lot of things could be fluctuating for you, and the universe is calling you to take time out. If any of all of the signs, probably with the exception, all of the mutable signs, but with the exception of probably Sagittarius, you are being called to the most to kind of take a pause and review. Because if you keep moving forward, keep fighting the energy, it's just going to constrict even more. So this is a good time, December. It is winter season. Well, not winter yet. We're in fall, but going towards winter season. At the end of the month, it's getting cold. It's time for you to just kind of take time out. And while you're taking time out, you might want to practice some breathing exercises through the holidays. This is the decimating moon. Take time out to breathe. Take time out to be at peace. Take time out because the energy right now is very intense for you with Mercury being in Sagittarius, your opposite sign. This is also a good time this month to review where you need to release blocks, where you need to also release perfection. A lot of times with Gemini energy, it's an air sign, it's an intellectual sign. And sometimes the shadow part is when we're not paying attention. Gemini has the ability to compartmentalize and check out, right? So where you're not paying attention to different perspectives that are trying to get your attention. What do you mean, AJ? If there are places where you're holding perfectionism or critical energy, especially for other people, it could be because you're unconsciously holding that energy for yourself, right? Where you're being super critical about maybe a home environment. That's because you're being critical sometimes to yourself. And it's easier sometimes, the shadow part of Gemini, to just get lost into the information world. You can, let's do a little bit too much scrolling, too much doom. It's a whole bunch of energy that you're trying to mentally check out on. And instead of mentally checking out and doom scrolling, all of these other things to try to occupy your curiosity or the energy or your mental energy that's kind of like this, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is causing you to slow down. Slow down and actually take the time, instead of going like this all the time, to see where you need to release the blocks. Where are the perspectives of you not being patient enough with yourself, right? Because that is starting for you to look outward, right? You need to look inward during this month of December, that why your outward situation is feeling constricted, not fulfilling, maybe chaotic. The energy needs to be internal because you create your own reality. And so sometimes with Geminis, when you're not looking at the internal, right, you're so intellectual that you're intellectualizing, well, this person isn't doing this or this person isn't doing that. And really, you're not really feeling fulfilled. You're feeling frustrated. You're feeling critical because maybe you don't have a sense of control on being able to shift your reality right now. That's not true, but you have to first realize that this time is a time for you to get still, to get quiet, and to actually hear yourself, not to get distracted by everything else, not to point to other people, not to put that intellectualized energy externally, but internally, right? Right now, you're juggling a lot and you're not juggling it well, right? And instead of keep just juggling, it's time to just be like, you know what? I'm about to put some things down. I'm about to just sit down for a minute. And what happens when we start to meditate, we start to get into that place of peace this month, you start to see the truth, of what you're hiding from. And the truth is you're hiding from telling the truth and taking self-examination within yourself, right? This could definitely be in a context of a home environment. It could be within a context of a relationship, marriage, or just ultimately an environment that you're very connected to that makes you feel typically very fulfilled. And you might be very critical towards it, family relationships, things like that. You're hitting this point of just not feeling fulfilled. And a lot of times when that fulfillment doesn't hit, you get bored. And so now the toxic part or the shadow part of Gemini can kick out, because then it's an unconscious way of you starting to act out. Now you're going to do like real left things, real crazy shit to kind of like escape your own mental and get the energy out. And what the universe is calling for you to do is to be quiet, is to sit with yourself and to see where you're holding negative blocks. What are the things that are blocking you from moving forward? What are you staying in the pattern of? Where are you not leverage off of Sagittarius energy of, especially with the new moon, right? Your full moon is coming up in the middle of this month. This new moon to your full moon is a good opportunity to be like, where am I not really speaking up for myself? Where am I not really honoring my higher truth? Where am I just really doing the same shit and expecting a different outcome? Let's review that time. Let's review those things. Let's review how that's happening in a place of quiet. So once this energy moves out and we go into January of 2025, we're able to start to move in a direction of more autonomy and more action that speaks our truth versus us just acting out. Blessings, Gemini.